Hi, I'm Ben Curry from Sale Sharks and I'm answering your questions from Instagram. So the first question is from Poopmaster Raiden 2369. His question, or their question, is tips for tackling and confidence. To be honest, for me it's practice and also practicing against different body types, because in rugby you get tall people, short people, big people, small people. So for example, in rugby you get second rowers, so for me that's making sure you go a bit lower against them compared to like probably maybe a bigger prop, hookers for example. I'll probably go and try and hit around the ball because they're a bit shorter, so they'll probably bounce you. So for me, I like to hit around the ball. And then let's say you're facing a fast winger who's got good feet. If you try and chop them, you kind of leave yourself exposed to go for that sidestep and them beating you like that. So stay a bit taller and maybe go a bit higher for wingers and the quicker backs. So chop tackle is kind of aimed around like the knees, and the basic premise of it, you're looking to get them down as quickly as possible and get them to deck. So if you have good jacklers in your team, it's a good option to use. Get the ball carrier to deck. Second question from Antopo _ not sure what it is. What was your best memory in the national team? For me, it was winning. It was this year actually against Wales at the Principality in the Six Nations. For me, that was kind of a fixture growing up. I always kind of saw as like the big game I wanted to play in, and I thought that was kind of like the you made it moment. So being able to win there and experience that was something I'll never forget. Third one, ZMusic13. What has been your best moment at your current club? It was last year again, well in the summer. I wasn't playing because I tore my hamstring in the semi-final, but it was watching Sale, my club team, run out at Twickenham in the Premiership final. It's something that we haven't done for 17 years and it's kind of like my dream. So I've been at Sale, I've been a supporter of Sale since I was 6 or 7. And I was watching that team when they won. So for me to kind of be a part of it, although I wasn't playing, just to be a part of that was an amazing experience. Fourth, Ezzy _ Williams. What does it take to become a pro? Everyone knows I've got an identical twin who's pretty good at rugby as well. Well, playing not just rugby but cricket against him in the garden was massively helpful. Not just kind of being able to play the sport, but I think it definitely developed a competitive edge that I have today, and I definitely have to thank him for that. Although it did take a lot of kind of shouting and crying to get to that point. For example, in Ghana cricket, like if you were beating the other one and you kind of knew you were winding them up, you'd used to like you'd run inside and lock them out. It sounds brutal now. You used to like lock each other out, and the other person would like banging on the door, and you'd just be there like laughing at them. And then but it was equal both ways. Like we both did it to each other, so we were pretty even in terms of that. Number 5, Loudmouth Peasy _ China Beat. I don't know where that's come from. Which is the hardest team to play against and why? I have to say Toulouse. Yeah, Toulouse. We played them last year in the Champions Cup. I'm glad we don't have them this year. It's a mental team. Like you look 1 to 50, well 1 to 23. They've got ridiculous players, and their forward pack is massive. Like we talked about tackle technique earlier, and a lot of them you're going around their shins. Especially against those big lads, make sure you've got your mate next to you to help you tackle them. Because as much as like there's size difference, it helps when there's 2 or 3 of you tackling them. Number 7, Chester Livesy. What makes a great captain? There's so many different ways to do it. I've been very fortunate to be under quite a few now, and the one thing I can say is no one's ever done it the same. Everyone does it differently, and there's no kind of one. It's a lot easier said than done, but there's no kind of one way to do it. It's just make sure kind of you're being authentic and you lead from the front with your actions. To make sure you're being empathetic, especially, you've always got new players coming in, young players coming in. It's important that, they feel like they can make mistakes, because that's a part of rugby. It's important to kind of you being the one to help them back up and making sure they feel like they can almost make another mistake again. Because the worst thing you want is people being afraid to make mistakes. This is the last one. Number 12, M Childs 23. Best stadium to run out at in Europe. It's probably 2 for me. I think Leicester Tigers, Walford Road. it's just a big stadium, and their fans love it. I think, to be fair, they got the football there, but their fans just love rugby. And then La Rochelle was pretty cool the first time. I'm lucky enough to have done that a couple of times, but I remember the first time I played there, that was super loud, and their fans love it as well. Worst stadium, it's not, probably Ospreys. It's just a big stadium, and it's hard to build an atmosphere in a stadium that big. Thanks everybody for watching Questions from Instagram. Cheers.